Alright guys, here's the video review for TransFormMission REVOLT, their version of drag strip from their Havoc combiner, which is their Menasor. Showed up with the rest of the set. I did Disorder and Carnage, or Wild Rider and Breakdown already. And they finally sent the last three here to me to review, so we're going to do it. But this guy, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you right now, I think this guy is the best of the five. Like, the set I have is probably going to be given away as part of a contest, which makes me a little sad because now that I have him all in hand, I'm actually really impressed with him. But this guy I may pick up just on his own. I can't afford to buy the whole set, but this guy's excellent enough that if I can find him, if he goes back in stock on TF Source, I'll probably pick up a copy because I really like him and he's really super solid. So he's a six-wheeled race car here. And he rolls just fine. He's got rubber tires, which are cool. Actually, are they rubber? Yeah, they're not rubber, but they're kind of a rubbery plastic. And he rolls just fine. My only real complaint about the vehicle mode, and this isn't even so much about the vehicle mode itself, is his gun store is under here, and it's not a real strong connection. It's just there's a little tab in there. Kind of see that raised plastic gray tab right above my finger that goes into this slot on the gun. So, like, it pops off a lot. Just even when you push it in all the way, it doesn't clip in anywhere else, and it just here it's doing okay. But sometimes I'll set him down and I'll pick him up, and the gun will just stay behind. So it holds in well enough, but it does pop out a lot, and that's again a minor complaint. But that's the only real thing I can think of in vehicle mode. He's just a fun little race car. There's not a lot to it than what I've already described. He rolls and has wheels. And some nice detailing on the engine. But he doesn't really do a whole lot else above that. And to transform him, he's actually got a really neat transformation. You want to... Oh, these should have already been folded out. So there you go. There's a better look at the vehicle mode. With the canopy ears, heads hiding right up here. So you start off, you push these two pieces in. And then you untab these right here. And these panels you want to untab and hinge up. Here they've got a little sliding pole. We're going to slide those up later, but get those up. And then untab the engine. Just kind of lift it up and bring it forward. And it doesn't really tab in place yet. You can see the slots where these will tab into here, but just rest that up there. And then come up to the front here and go ahead and unpeg the arms like this. And pull them out to the side. They're on a little dual hinge in there. You can also take these panels, go ahead and pull them out. If you want to, you can go ahead and plug these all the way in. You can see they rotate out. And then the tab in right there. To form his chest, bring his arms out like this, out and around. And then rotate them. Rotate this panel out past the wheel. You have to go the other way. I'm going to swing that out and around. And rotate his arm at the bicep to bring it forward, and then kind of fold this in as a shoulder guard. And grab his hand and extend the forearm. Same over here. Get this panel up and around. You can go past the wheels if you want. Bring it around. Bring that out. Extend the forearm. Fold that panel down. Bring this up, these panels right here up, split these in half. The tip here lifts up and kind of collapses over onto the spoiler there. And then these panels right here fold in, just like that. But bring those down, detach this panel from these, and then you want to actually bring these up. Once they're detached, kind of pull them out to the side and around so they're up above this piece. This piece folds down to reveal his head, and then the actual yellow piece right here comes out and extends down onto the chest. These collapse down, and once they're collapsed, this tab here on this piece will tab into the triangle piece. So angle them back and tab those together. There we go. And then just fold these pieces down. You can see there's a couple little tabs here that'll fit in some slots on here. Like that. to hold those in place. Then these, like I said, they slide up on this pole, rotate in, and then this little tab right here is going to tab into the engine block to hold that in place. Just kind of rotate it in. And there's his upper body done. Rotate his lower half around like this and split the legs. See the pole there, you kind of like a combiner wars. You extend this down and tab this in up here. Flip this panel up, and then this panel here folds down, flips down, and again tabs in. This little tab here that goes into the side, and then fold this around so it all tabs in up here like that. Bring this forward to form his toe, and then the wheel extends out down on this armature and folds into the leg. And you'll see there's 4 sets of dual pegs here, so it doesn't matter which one you use. You basically just want to rotate this until 2 of those holes line up with this yellow panel, and then push it on to lock that so it doesn't roll in robot mode. Same over here. Bring this down and around, tab it in, fold this down, and fold this up. So it all tabs together there. Flip the toe up, fold this in, and then line up those peg holes to lock the wheel in place. And there is TransFormMission, or not TransFormMission, REVOLT. Well, I guess it is TransFormMission, but there's REVOLT in robot mode. Then on his gun, you just flip this little handle down, and it can peg into his hand here. Close his hand up. And there he is. And like I said, it's a nice take on drag strip. It feels remarkably solid. The transformation is not overly complex. It's fun. I like the tires. Posability-wise, he's got a ball-jointed neck here at the head. He's got ball-joint shoulders. So you've got the transformation hinge as well as the ball-joint in the shoulder itself. Bicep swivel, hinged elbows, wrist swivel. The fingers are all one piece, but they open up. Yeah, keep collapsing his forearms here. Waist swivel. He's got little flaps here. Side to side and front to back hips. He does have a little bit of a thigh swivel. It's easier if you get this. This is for combined mode, but you can fold that back a little bit to get it out of the way if you wish. For the rotation, hinge knees. And the front part of the toe does angle. Obviously, the wheel doesn't. So he's stable. He's strong. He's really cool looking. I love his colors, like the kind of orangish yellow and the purple work really well together with the silver detailing, the gold on the engine back here. Oh, this one came loose a little bit. Just kind of a neat design for drag strip, and like I said, a really solid toy. I'm seriously considering picking up just a single copy of him to have. Because he's a lot of fun. I'm really impressed with him. Now we'll go ahead and do combine mode here, just to save some time later on. It's actually a little easier to get to combine mode. The instructions go from robot to combine mode. It's a little easier to go to combine mode from car mode, only because it mostly is just transforming back to car mode with a couple of changes. So we'll do that. We'll go ahead and collapse his arms down. Close your fist, there you go. And we'll start just undoing all this. Flip these up. Flip the this piece back up and through here. Reconnect, close this up. Bring these down and reconnect these panels here. On there. I'll go ahead and flip these panels up. Can I reconnect these panels out? Come on, there we go. Next, re-extend those to make the front end of the car. Like that. Leave that sticking up. The one thing that we will leave, all of this, these two pieces, the engine, and these panels up here that are pegged into the engine, those all stay right where they are from robot mode. And then we'll take these, flip this back around and out, rotate this, and again you got to kind of wiggle that elbow or shoulder hinge into there so that locks back into place. Same on this side. Just kind of flip this out and past. Make sure that ball joint opening is facing out so you can collapse this into the body. And then move these panels out and about. Go in there, fist. There we go. And here's where it gets a little different. We are going to transform this lower half very similar to car mode. We want to go ahead and pull the shoulder connector piece out and extend it, and this is a little difficult to do. Hold on, I got a little scrap over here. So yeah, you have to get a grip in it. You can see like how that's extended out. Now you just pull this little connector out. And then on the lower half here, unpeg the wheels. You want to leave, you just want to kind of leave them out to the side. We're going to do something different with them this time. But take these, flip these little hip panels straight forward like this. We're essentially going to, these we're going to transform back to their car mode positions. This, peg them together, get the spoiler together there, and then at this point you take this and flip it up like this. The wheels come around here to the back. What's the back of his crotch? Pull this assembly out like this. You can see it's got a little curved piece up in here. The wheels come around and collapse in like this on these armatures, and then you can use this piece to come down and lock the wheels in place like this. And then you take this hole at his waist joint, rotate it so the wheels are facing, this is going to be his right arm, so they're facing forward, and this sticks out the back here. And you can fold these down, you can fold this down flat like this. However you want to position the spoiler is fine. So you see there's the connection that's going to slide into the shoulder joint. And then these little pieces right here that I was talking about on the top of the hips come down kind of like this. I'm going to leave them open a little bit. Make sure that locks on there. This doesn't really lock in place, but you'll have it pop loose sometimes when messing with the combined mode, but you just kind of slide them right back in there. Then you take the arm from the combined mode, from powertrain, and you can see he's got some little slots there on the side of his elbow joint. And you just basically just plug these in and kind of slide them down. It can be a little difficult to get in there between the armature to lock these in. And they don't lock in place, they just kind of slip in. They're not like super tight or anything. You may need to get a piece to push this down and in here. There you go. So you get those locked on, and there is his whole combined mode arm. He does have ratcheting here in the arm, and like I said, it helps if you're ever posing him, it helps to be able to kind of hold these in. Very rarely will they both pop out at once, but I found like when positioning him, especially when like that right there, the ratchet on the elbow is so tight that, and these are so loose. And you could probably fix this putting some floor polish or something on the tabs here, because they don't do anything but connect into the arm. They don't serve any function in robot mode. So maybe have these hold a little better. mean, they hold just fine if for stability and posing, or stability and display on Havoc. They hold just fine. If you start really kind of playing with him as a giant robot, these can be a little problematic. And it's a little easier. It's a little easier to keep these together and put it all into one piece when you're not sitting behind a camera. So I'll give you that. But like, you can see just kind of how annoying this is. And I said on Twitter the other night, if you like the Stunticons but hate Menasor, here's the figure for you. And I found a couple solutions when we get to the fully combined mode. I found a couple things that fix a few of my issues on this. It's not as bad as that. So, yeah, there is his combine mode. But like I said, it does help if you, when positioning his elbow, if you reach in kind of here from behind and hold these pieces in place when posing his joint, because he does have a swivel here. And the swivel you can actually probably do without messing too much. The swivel isn't tight, but the clicky ratchet joint here in the elbow is super tight. And so you want to make sure you're not wiggling these things out of there, because they don't, the friction in there is not very great. They do tend to slip out. But so there you go. There's his arm mode. We'll show it all combined up with Havoc when we get to that video. But yeah, there is TransFormMission REVOLT. Like I said, as a standalone figure, he's pretty great. We'll show him off in combined mode when we get to it. But just like I said, as a standalone figure, he's pretty cool. I may end up picking up a copy of him for myself, just him, if he comes back in stock.